Hi, and welcome to Good Day Westeros. I'm your host, Max Knoblauch.
I'm Proma Khosla.
And I'm Bob Al-Greene.
And we are the three hosts of Good Day Westeros. Guys, let's check in before we get into anything, first of all. I don't know, I'm going straight to business, but let's check in on the weekends.
I had a great weekend. I got to get away. New Jersey is lovely this time of year. You must go.
Oh, okay.
That's great to hear. I got out of the city a little bit, did a little hiking, saw a movie. Max, why don't you tell us about your weekend?
Well, sure I will. Well, I got home about Friday about 3 p.m. I ducked out a little bit early because I had something to do
Summer Fridays.
And I got home and I sat on the edge of my bed and I stared at a wall in my room, and I stayed like that. Didn't sleep, didn't move, didn't eat, didn't drink until Sunday at 8:59 when I walked out, set up the HBO Go on the Apple TV.
It's good discipline.
Threw it on. And what we do here is, of course, we cover what went on in the show.
That's right. Last week we saw Daenerys at Dragonstone, and she said, "Shall we begin?" And we picked up right where we left off. She's there. She's with Tyrion. She's with Olenna. She's with Ilaria. She's with
Varys.
Varys
got a little monologue in this episode. He got to kind of ramble a bit, didn't he?
The big baby. Varys is, of course, he's a sausage man, completely hairless, and he knows all the secrets because he has little boys and girls who hide in the walls. Correct? Now, what I was surprised by last night was that sometimes people were figuring out things before the two most informed human beings in the world were. Hot Pie, the boy who bakes cake and pie and bread, seemed to know information way more than Tyrion and the ball band.
He works in this inn. A lot of people coming and going through this inn. A lot of conversations about what's going on in the continent, I think.
Important people.
He's kind of like the Twitter of Westeros. He knows. You check in on him first,
I don't
and
know
he'll
how
let
that
you.
site works.
I'm gonna cut us off here and check in with our field reporter Tyler at the inn.
I'm sorry, I'm not there. I am at the Iron Islands, guys. Do we have a mistake there? Get our wires crossed, I guess. No problem. I'm going to head there right now, so don't worry about it, and we'll check back in. Thanks, guys.
As a woman in the workplace, like I don't need that.
Why don't you wear a suit, jackass? You know what I mean? Thanks, Tyler, and thanks for checking in at the inn. Not much going on, but I'll tell you what, Bob.
What?
Could you show us where everyone is at the map? Because at this point, I'm thinking, who are these people? Where are they? What are they doing right now?
Sure. Yeah, let's go to the map.
Okay.
All right, guys, so let's take a look at some of the patterns of movement around Westeros. First off, leaving from Dragonstone, as marked by Daenerys here, we have the Greyjoys. So that means Theon and Yara. And traveling with them, the Sand Snakes of Dorne. But then they're going to be intercepted by some movement coming out of King's Landing. Euron Greyjoy and his fleet swinging up to the north, and boy, they're going to leave some fire and death behind them. Other big movers and shakers in this episode, Arya is just moving around. She's heading up north towards Winterfell. And then finally, we have to assume that Ed Sheeran is moving west towards, maybe towards Casterly Rock, and we'll get to see him fight a dragon at some point in a future episode. Fingers crossed. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. And that's where everyone is.
Wow.
Thanks for your help.
For checking in. Sex scene happened last night.
We also have our boy Sam Tarly studying to become a maester and maybe to cure grayscale forever.
Yeah, it turns out that it's a extremely complicated process of just ripping that scab off and putting some goop on it.
We don't even know that he put goop on it. I hope he did.
He had a goop in there. Yeah, I think he was planning to goop it up.
Arya Stark is in the woods, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, she is. Now that's an interesting scene, isn't it? Because she's in the woods, she's just hanging out, and then all these dogs come around.
And there's a horse that's leading the dogs.
There's a horse.
They all look up to the horse.
Big old horse with all these. I did look online later, and it did say that that was her direwolf, Nymeria, that she had thrown stones at all those years ago after it attacked Joffrey.
Well, did you hear what she said to the horse wolf, to Nymeria?
Hey, boy, I love you.
No. She
Called it.
didn't say any
Called
of it. None of that
Petted
happened.
its
Nope.
nose down, gave it an apple.
Not even a little bit.
Touched a mule or a horse because their lips, what is actually a very
She said,
powerful
carrot in
she
there.
said, wait for it, that's not you. Now what does that mean?
disguise.
Any guesses?
The wolf
don't
is a
get it.
disguise for a large man that she must know.
It was a
or
horse dressed
man
up
or
as a
horse
as a
or-
It's her old wolf, who is now wild in the forest. Her father, Arya's father, once said to her, that's not you, because Arya didn't want to wear dresses and marry the prince.
You know what I was missing? My favorite character? The Wall.
Yes.
Where was he this week?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I miss him.
Well, it's a wall. But yeah, we didn't see anything.
No, but we have Tommy on the scene. Let's pitch to
Tommy's
him.
up there. Tommy,
Yeah.
well, how's the wall?
It's getting pretty cold here, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Tommy. It is cold up there. In fact, it's so cold that the water surrounding the wall has frozen. So the Night's King can probably just skate on down to Westeros. So that's comforting. So Arya's brother got a letter from a certain dragon queen.
Right. Danny wrote him a letter, and
Well, Tyrion wrote the letter
Yeah.
for her.
Do you think she can't write?
ooh,
Good question.
that sounds like a fan theory. Let's jump ahead. We're on a boat. Okay, we're about to have some hot action, and all of a sudden the boat shakes, it rattles, it rocks. And who comes over on a little plank, but the man who we met recently, and he is mad, and he has a big old axe.
You're on Greyjoy. He built those ships over a matter of months using the full resources of the Iron Islands. It's happening at night. We assume he'd, staked them out somehow? We lose a couple of the sand snakes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
lose a couple of them.
2 confirmed sand snakes gone. I don't know
just
their names.
one after the other.
Yes,
Just
because
two
he
of
is
them.
an
Boom, boom.
incredibly skilled fighter. They have been trained to do nothing except for kill as a team, and he is able to best them. Slow-moving man in armor
Yeah.
with an
Now
axe.
now they usually got poison on their daggers and on their whip.
Well, they have all different weapons, but
Right.
never an axe. I don't think they've even seen an axe
But
before.
he did get
That
stabbed.
whip, not
he
the
got
best.
directly stabbed, right? So is he poisoned now? I'm guessing now.
He gets stabbed?
He
I
did
didn't
get
catch
stabbed,
that.
did he not?
Sounds like our reporter Tyler is at the wall. Let's, Tyler, can he give us a report there?
Yeah, hey guys. I'm really lost right now. I don't know what's
Tyler,
going on.
checking it.
Okay.
Checking in. Okay, we couldn't get a hold of Tyler. Let's move along. And where do we end off in this episode? I'm excited because it looks like John's about to end up with his long lost aunt, Daenerys,
Yeah.
cousin, second aunt,
Is that
first
literally there?
aunt, no,
I don't
aunt, direct aunt.
And now let's check in on our power rankings of how everyone's doing.
Now let's run it down. Number 5.
Hot Pie. He has a lot of growing to do.
He does have room to
Hot
grow.
Pie. The last time we saw Hot Pie, he was a dirty boy who was making bread, and now he's a dirty young adult who's making bread, but also knows a lot of stuff. Number 4, John. John is doing good, huh? John continues to be a god-level Jesus figure who can do no wrong and always has the correct opinion. Now John is going down to Dragonstone to meet the other character that is exactly like that, and they're gonna join forces.
Number 3, we have Cersei.
She has a big bow and arrow that'll kill a dragon.
Yeah.
She's got a basement full of dragon skulls.
Yeah.
That's got to count for
And that's
something.
I love the
Where
plan
I'm
that they
from.
gave there is how are we going to kill a dragon?
have
Well,
to
let's
get-
use a weapon that exists.
You have to get this close to its face, and
Yeah.
then
You wait for it to stop moving, be perfectly
Line his
still,
mouth up
look
with you.
directly at your bow and arrow that you keep in a basement.
Number 2, Dany. Dany's doing good. I'll tell you what happened with Dany. Everyone is about to join forces with her. She seems unstoppable. It seems almost pointless that I don't know how strong Cersei is other than her boats, which is just keep it on land and you won't have to deal with the boats.
and Dany has Olenna advising her, who needs a granddaughter now. So
But at number 1, superhero with the Mario power up this week, Euron Greyjoy.
Euron Greyjoy. He was able to take that lead ship, hit the other lead ship in the cover of darkness, and kill almost every purely great fighter on there. Just one after this guy's endurance. I'll tell you what. I went to Planet Fitness the other day, and I tried to run on the treadmill, and I lasted. But Euron fights 15 randos.
One-on-one.
Murks them.
Yeah.
Then he
Every
fights
single one.
2 of the best fighters on the planet back to back with long-range weapons. And then his niece comes out, and he kicks her ass, and then he spooks Theon into jumping.
I like at the end too when he gave a little giggle because he's enjoying himself.
Okay, well, before we close out today, because it is getting to that hour, let's check back in one more time with Tommy at the wall. Tommy?
Whoops.
Thanks so much, Tommy, and we'll see you next week. Guys, wow, what an ep.